Hey everyone, it's your favorite monkey and welcome back to Starbase, and we are busy working on the Loxodonta. So let me show you guys what I've done in the meantime. Let's just zoom back in. There we go. So this is going to be the cockpit as we discussed last episode, and by the way, I'm recording this episode sort of back to back, so I haven't really gotten back to any of the comments or anything. And yeah, it's just these are all pre-made before I go on holiday, so just forgive me, but I'll try to answer any questions you guys might have. But anyways, welcome back to Starbase. This is the Loxodonta, well, the nose basically. And yeah, so I think the doors are gonna go over here. Okay, so we're gonna enter over here, and as we can see, the cockpit is gonna be huge, like massive. I was thinking maybe what we could do is have a staircase going up that way and down. Then we have the captain's seat with all the controls and everything, and down below we have many rows of, or a lot of seats, many seats at the bottom. And yeah, then we can transport people and cargo and all those sorts of things. So the one thing I was trying to think of, okay, is to make this more of a utility type of vibe of a ship. In terms of, yes, we can use cargo, okay, normal cargo crates for ores or transportation, whatnot, and maybe B, have a giant lock frame, lock frame, the freezing field, that's what I usually call it, cargo lock frame, I think, inside here at the back, something of that sort, maybe propellant, you know, or fuel rods, or those kind of things, whatever. You know, the Loxodonta is going to be a very versatile type of ship, but I think the very first thing we're going to do is see how many ore crates we can jam into this thing and extend it outwards. So today we're going to work on the body, we're going to build the frame on the outside, and then we will see how many crates we can fit in here. And like I said before, I want to see if I cannot have like maybe 4 rows or something, like 1 row over here, 1 row over here, 1 there, and 1 there, in order to have individual cargoes, if that makes sense. And the reason for that being is that if I'm traveling from one station to this station or something, and somebody wants their ore to be transported along, then, you know, we can do that sort of thing, and hence why we have the seatings and whatnot inside. So that's kind of the whole idea about this ship. So let us get things started over here. Now I was thinking, why don't we do the outer layer, this part over here, okay, and just extend it out as far as we can, maybe copy even this frame. Let's see if we cannot select it properly. Something like that. This didn't get selected somehow. This one over here. Okay, and can we deselect these like so? Yes, everything looks like it has been selected. Okay, so what we can do is... oh, goodness, it actually moved. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? It's not letting me turn. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna select all this, move it all the way to the front. Okay, luckily it didn't, like, take part. So something like that. And I see there's a little beam that actually poked out along, which we don't want. What we can do is take this and swap it like that. So it should be still perfectly aligned. Yeah, sort of looks like it. And then we can have the massive engine array over here, like a bunch of engines and the boosters as well. And then this will be like the engine room, so we will have this giant cargo space in the center. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Now that we have that, let's go ahead and take maybe these two bring it out like this, a little bit more, bring it down, and that should be that. Let me see. Yes. Okay, what we can do then, just copy paste. Copy paste. I'm gonna do this in this fashion, something like that. Okay. How many is that? Let's see. Okay, so it's 9. We can see over here 1 out of 9. So what we can do is, let's make it 9 is a good number. So we pull this back a scooch, bring this out just by 1. And then what we can do is take all this and do that. Right, there we go. It looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me see if what I can do. Like, just link all of these up, and then we bring in the cargo crates and see where we stand. So hold on tight. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So this is the frame I decided to go with. It is quite big and very wide. I gotta admit, very wide. But then when I started putting down the crates, what I did was I made a module. So in order to do that is basically what a module is, just a bunch of components or whatever, like items like these. So let's say for instance a bunch of these crates. You have them in a certain order you want. You go ahead and select all of them. Then at the top here you say create, you create a new module, and then you say save, and then you give it a name and save it in a folder, and then it should create the module over there. And then if you go over to my modules, where art thou? This can save module. Let's see if I can say or crates 162, I think. Save it there. Okay, no, it should be saved here. I just think it's bugging out or something. Yeah, I think I have to restart the whole chip design process. But anyways, that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is I decided to go with this amount of ore crates. This is the exact amount of ore crates. Actually, what is one too many? Oh, no. What it is, it's basically selecting the module along with it. That's why it's a 173 instead of 172. But it is actually in total 172 crates in here, which is the exact same amount as a buffalo. Now, my idea is to actually put in 4, like you can squeeze in 4 buffalo worth of crates in here, okay? And I was thinking maybe here at the front we'll have a port over here and a port over here. So this is basically 1, 2, and we're on the side 3 and 4. So I'm thinking maybe at the back also. I don't know, we will see when we get to that. But basically the whole idea is port 1 will be for the ore crates, first row of ore crates, and then the second as well. You know, the second crates or second port goes to the second row, third and fourth, and so on, so that we have like 4 buffaloes worth of crates. Damn it, that was a lot. That was very hard to say. Okay. Yeah. Then I saw like if we have them too wide and this long, then we can actually kind of trim off a little bit in the back, not the front though, because I kind of want it to be looking like this in the front. But what we also can do, I think, if I just for argument's sake, I think there was like turn off snap mode. Oh, Shift C. We turned it off so it's not snapping anywhere. So if we have, ooh, laggy, like 1, 2 over here. Can I maybe select that, and just move them in a way that makes sense. Oh, my PC is lagging so hard when I move these. And then something like this. Then we can see we can actually also trim off on the sides as well. So we have this, I know it's not symmetrical or anything, the spacing between, but you guys get the idea. So that we have this access way from the front to the back and also the cargoes, and we can also sort of trim off the top end, or we can drastically reduce the top end and make it just a tiny bit smaller so that it is not carrying as much weight in total. And look at all these blocks. Not the ore crates, the blocks in themselves. Those are just basically representing like this entity on its own is not connected to anything. It has its own mass, basically. There is no thrust because we don't have any thrusters. But this is one block has its own mass, hence the little square. And you want your center of mass and center of thrust to be aligned. And that's kind of what the idea is if we load these guys up with a lot of ore, the ship becomes heavier, so our center of mass kind of shifts. So we kind of, what we want is the thrusters, like extra boosters. So if we do get like a lot of ore and it's really heavy, we have those extra thrusters or boosters to, you know, boost us. Otherwise, if it's empty, it can actually run very, very nicely in a straight line without dipping anywhere, and the flight computer doesn't go all dumb, you know. And yeah, so this is the whole idea thus far. So what I'm quickly gonna do is gonna see how much I can trim off on all the sides, get these guys locked in into the frame, and then, you know, just kind of move it out of the way so that we can start working on the engines, which I think will be next episode, maybe. Or maybe we can, yeah, I think next episode we can start working on the thrusters for the front or the back, and also obviously the front, and then obviously all the sides as well, like to pitch all those kind of things, and also roll. We need roll. So yeah, okay, so hold on tight, we'll be right back. And welcome back. So it has been some time that has passed, and I've finished up with as much as I can, and we got the crates in. Let me show you guys. Look at this creation, this monster. I give you the Loxodonta Mark II. So what we have here is basically the flight deck over here. We're gonna have stairs that goes up to the center. We will have a pilot seat up here, and then downstairs we will have seating for whomever wants to come along. So this is a pretty big flight deck, if I can say so myself. And yeah, these ore crates, each of these are enough to fill up a buffalo. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 buffaloes worth, and I think the count is 200. I think. So it's 2, 4, 6, 800 ore crates in there, which is pretty big. Okay, it's I mean, it can go larger, much larger if I wanted to, but you know, you still have to compensate for thrusters and all those things, and weight and all that. Those poor thrusters have to haul all of this just by itself. So yeah, basically we got everything ready, and you know, how can I put it? Plating can actually come now, if it, you know, we can apply the plating, but we're not done yet. I don't know what else to explain, but anyways, so 4 buffaloes worth of ore crates, and I left these gaps open on all 4 corners so that we can put in thrusters for like braking purposes. And yeah, let's go through here. So there's no way to really we can actually pick these up, lol. There's no really any way to get through here to get in there. Well, I say that. We have this access hatch or doorway. So we can go all the way to the back of the ship. Way all the way over to here. And then we will get to the engine room and whatnot. So basically it's just going to be a small layer like this back one. Just a small layer where all the thrusters are going to sit. And I was thinking, like the rows of these crates, like, or the columns, I would say rows are like across and columns are downwards, up and down. So like the columns, I was thinking of lining thrusters all along the back, and then on the sides we will have more thrusters going all around. Okay, so the idea is to have the main thrusters to fire. Okay, like they're gonna be in the same array, if I can put it that way, and those should be all enough to just push this with plating and everything on it, to push this what do you call it, the whole ship forward. And that should be, yeah, like I said, that should be enough when it's empty. But when it's full, I want these outer thrusters. If we're like, we don't have enough power or whatnot, I just want to hit the button and all the other thrusters will light up and fire, you know, so that we have that extra kick to haul whatever we're hauling. And the reason, like I said, the reason why I made it this way is so that, let's say for instance, I fill up one of these crates or one section, and I have, or there's like a few people, like 3 other people or maybe 4, they want their ore to be transferred from, let's say, one station to another one. Then they will have access to ports on the ship. So like if I, like this, for instance, we have a port over here. Well, actually it's going to be in the front, but we have a port here in the front or at the back. You plug in, then you have access to all those crates over there, you know, all this, maybe this one section or whatnot. And yeah, then we can have 4 players having their ore transferred if they wanted to. And yeah, so, and then I was thinking here at the bottom, maybe have generators running, okay, on the sides, and I don't know, generators and batteries, I guess. And then here at the top we will have the fuel tanks, the propellant tanks, all the way, okay. And then just in the front of them to have the like stock of like fuel rods on this side and on this side, just to close up this area. Okay, so there's no reason really to go back there or to go down here. But I mean, we could have it that you can access down here to obviously get to the generators to replace the fuel rods, if that makes sense, so that we can do this, you know. And I think that that's a pretty solid idea. And then here at the front we will have this seat, which we can, you know, if we, I would say maybe up until here, or maybe a little bit more downwards, somewhere along here, so that we have this whole window to see what is coming. Maybe we will have beams or something running across just to have the glass set against something, maybe. So it won't look as wide and open as we would like, but that's fine. You know, we can play around with. I thought this was like not really connected or anything, but just my view, my imagination. And then at the bottom we will have rows, obviously, and then maybe all the YOLO things can be somewhere. Everything will be central to the ship and whatnot. And then obviously we will have our side thrusters and whatnot for rolling and tipping up and down, strafing left and right, that sort of thing. And yeah, I think that's a pretty solid idea, solid plan we have. And I really would like to know you guys' thoughts on this. Where could we improve? What do we need to change? As far as I am concerned, this looks like it will work. Maybe. So the next episode we will try to catch, or what? Listen to me, catch. What are we gonna catch here? We're gonna catch some, or I don't know. we are going to work on the backside for the engines. So we're going to have our engine room here at the back, and the thrusters, yeah, the engines at the back, and obviously then the front ones as well, and then also the side ones, which we'll add at the same time. The other thing I want to add is early detection for like an array of rangefinders at the front, so that we can, like, if in case there is a asteroid or whatnot coming in, because we're gonna fly out the safe zone of this thing, and if we hit an asteroid, everything is just gone. So we need to have this thing ready to break, and that's why I left these giant corners for braking. I think we will I don't know how well it will break, but you know, we will just have to test that out. And then obviously we will have port 1 and port 2 and port 3 and 4 on the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 or something, I don't know. And yeah, I think that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining me here on Starbase. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.